Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Joni Mac, the gravy guy. It's Saturday, so I'm going to quickly walk you through how to make a homemade squash casserole. One that's made with a from-scratch roasted garlic and sun-dried tomato mayonnaise. So let me walk you through it step by step. Start off with some light prep work. Round up 1 bulb of garlic. It's going to be roasted in the oven, so chop off the top third of the bulb. This will expose the majority of the garlic cloves. Put the bulb on a large piece of foil, season it with a dash of salt, and spank on some black pepper. Drizzle a fair amount of olive oil over the top. Wrap the foil around the garlic bulb, creating a pouch or a pocket for the bulb to roast in. Roast the garlic in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 Celsius for 30 minutes. Then open the foil, exposing the garlic bulb. Broil for 2 to 5 minutes or until the garlic bulb is lightly browned. Next bit of prep work for this casserole, to wash and slice the squash. Slice the squash 3/8 of an inch thick or 0.95 centimeters. This recipe calls for 3 pounds or 1.36 kilos of squash. That's approximately 6 good-sized squash. Add the squash to a pot, fill it with water, bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil, reduce to a simmer and cook for 8 to 10 minutes. Once done, drain the squash and put it to the side so it can dry and cool. But while the squash is simmering away, it's a good time to make a quick homemade mayo. For this recipe, you'll need 3/4 of a cup or 188 milliliters of oil. My sun-dried tomatoes are packed in olive oil, so I'm going to use some of that olive oil to make this mayo. If your sun-dried tomatoes aren't in olive oil, you can use just any type of neutral oil of your choice for this recipe. I'm going to top off the oil with extra virgin olive oil. Your roasted garlic should be done. Take it out of the oven, let it cool off, and this is what it should look like. Round up a glass container, a measuring cup works well, and drop in 1 egg. If you'd like to use pasteurized eggs, go for it. Why not? It's homemade. You can make it how you like it. To this you'll add 5 roasted garlic cloves. You can either use a small spoon to pry or scrape out the garlic clove, or you can just squeeze the clove with your hand and it'll pop right out. To this you'll add 1½ chopped sun-dried tomatoes. Next up to bat, squeeze in 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of Dijon mustard. Pour in 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of apple cider vinegar. Next add the 3/4 of a cup or 188 milliliters of neutral oil. This is the sun-dried tomato olive oil and the extra virgin olive oil that I prepared earlier. Snag an immersion blender and give it a quick blitz. Insert the blender all the way to the bottom of the glass and then put it at a slight angle and blend all of the bottom ingredients first. Once well mixed, you can start moving the blender up and down. Remember those meals that made you feel at home? Well, they're back with the Sauce and Gravy channel's second cookbook, Comfort Foods Made Simply. Filled with scratch-made classics you'll be proud to serve. Creamy sauces, slow simmered flavor. No cans, no shortcuts, just real cooking. Step-by-step recipes, real ingredients, and QR codes to transport you to free video tutorials to help guide you. Cook with confidence, share with love. These are the meals they'll never forget. See the link in the video's comment and description section to order now. Real comfort starts now. After 30 seconds to a minute, everything will be well combined. The mayonnaise will be rich and thick. Check it out, this is what it should look like. Round up those remaining sun-dried tomatoes and add 1½ chopped sun-dried tomatoes to the mayonnaise. Give it a quick 360, taste it, see if you need to adjust the seasoning. Once it's right where you want it to be, store it in the fridge until you're ready to bring it back out to add to your homemade squash casserole. Moving right along, round up a large sauce pot, put it over medium to high heat, and add 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of unsalted butter. When the butter's just about melted, add 1 medium sweet onion that's been diced. Sweat the onions for a minute or two until they're translucent and tender. When the onions are right where you want them to be, turn off the heat and add your squash. Mix it well, and then put it to the side to cool off. While it's cooling off, you can make the topping for the casserole. Round up some butter crackers. You'll need at least 2 cups of crushed crackers for the topping for this recipe. That's about 100 grams. Melt 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of unsalted butter and pour it over the top of the crackers. Round up a spoon, mix it in, and put it to the side. When the squash and onions have cooled, add 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of granulated white sugar. To that, you'll sprinkle on 1 teaspoon of salt. It's a good idea to evenly spread the salt and sugar throughout the casserole and not just dump it in. Snag some sharp cheddar cheese, roughly 1 cup or 113 grams. Break out that freshly made from scratch roasted garlic sun-dried tomato mayonnaise and drop in 1/4 cup or 60 grams. Scramble 2 eggs and add it to the pot. Take a spoon or a spatula and fold all of the ingredients together, combining everything really well. Try your best to keep the squash as whole as possible, not breaking them up. Everything looks really good. Moving right along, butter or grease a 9 by 13 inch or 22 by 33 centimeter baking dish. Carefully add the squash mixture. Evenly distribute the squash mixture throughout the dish. For good measure, spank on a little black pepper. Sprinkle the 2 cups of butter crackers over the top of the casserole. Bake the casserole uncovered in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. After the allotted time, if the casserole is not as brown as you'd like on top, change to broil and brown it to your liking. And that's all there is to it. Now you have a homemade delicious squash casserole, one that was made with a from scratch roasted garlic sun-dried tomato mayonnaise. Thank you so much for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. If you found this recipe helpful, be sure to hit that like button. Hey, and you know what? If you found it helpful, share it with your friends. They might find it useful too. Thanks again for watching, and until next Saturday, remember it's just you, me, and the sauces. Keep whisking, y'all.